Hello, I'm back and I finally got my cash tray, so I feel so official. But if you watched my last video, you know that this cash stuffing is not for my typical bi-weekly paycheck. This is just money I was gifted from my dad. We'll be stuffing a total of $70 today, and I'm just gonna use this money to try to get ahead in some certain challenges, some bills, just little things like that. It was very tempting to go shopping and just do whatever with the little bit of money I was gifted, but that's one of the things I want to gain a bit more discipline on and still use money that's gifted to me in a responsible manner. Not saying anything's wrong with treating yourself and buying stuff, but I feel like me personally, I just need to start taking savings a bit more seriously. So thank you for clicking on my video today. I'm a 23-year-old mom and wife, and I'm just trying to get finances in order so my family can hopefully one day buy a house and I can pass down financial freedom to my daughter. So I'm so happy you're here, and I feel like this video shouldn't take too long because it's just $70. But if you watch my previous videos, you know that sometimes I get a bit carried away with talking. So we'll just see what happens. But I have everything written down here, what I'll be cash planning to, or not cash planning, what I cash planned in my last video is written down here, and my daughter did some lovely scribbles for me, so I'll be referring to that throughout my cash stuffing. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be leaving some of my money for savings challenges, so if you're interested and if you like watching like this sort of Freebie Friday-esque type videos, then feel free to tune in because later this week I will upload my Freebie Friday saving challenge video. So yeah, we'll just be doing sinking funds today. So I'm going to go ahead and start with baby necessities. This is an envelope that I'm using to just save up for diapers. I am currently ahead on diapers and trying to stay ahead. So whenever we run out of our current collection of diapers, we'll be ready to go. And I don't have to come out of any other funds for that because now diaper has its own category. And so sorry, my table is like lopsided today. So if it's rocking all over the place, I apologize. I don't know what's going on. I'll be marking $5 off Christmas. This is actually bothering me. Why is it like that? Oh, hopefully it's not a problem, but yes, $5 into Christmas. And I'm feeling so good because last week was my first time being able to add anything into Christmas. I was starting to feel a bit discouraged. 5 will also be going into future plans. But now it's been 2 weeks in a row and I have $10 in Christmas. I mean, little progress is still progress. Future plans is kind of an umbrella envelope for buying a home, investing in stocks, buying a car, just a catch-all for now until I get my funds up a bit, and then we will break down the categories and be more specific on what I'm saving up for. So yeah, future plans and the future splurge is the same thing, but more for wants rather than needs. So if we want new technology, if we want to travel, stuff like that is all just lumped together into this envelope. Okay, and this is going to be a pretty quick video. So now I'm kind of thinking about looping some of my savings into one because this is going way too fast. I've only been recording for almost 5 minutes and literally I'm almost done. So yeah, scratch everything I said at the beginning. I'll be stuffing sinking funds today. And then I'm also going to do a few savings challenges, but I will still post a Freebie Friday video. So be on the lookout for that. Okay, so I'm now in my month ahead section. We're skipping rent, skipping car insurance, electricity. This is where we're going to start in the month ahead section. And I'm just going to mark off a 5. So I can't really do any of the icons at the moment, but that's okay. So 5 will go in here. Currently have 30. So now we have 35. But yeah, I was way too happy to get my cash tray in the mail. And I told myself I would have to keep up with YouTube for a month before I go buying things. And then I don't know what took over me this week. I just got too excited and bought the cash tray. It wasn't expensive. It cost like $7 on Amazon. putting 5 in T-Mobile as well. And I believe for T-Mobile, I can actually mark off an icon. But yeah, girl, I ordered me a cash tray and I ordered some savings challenges off Etsy. That was my first time ever ordering a challenge. I typically only download freebies or I'll just make my own on Canva. So I am way too excited, and I got a notification today on Etsy that they shipped my package. So now I'm just gonna be waiting patiently, not so patiently, for it to come. But I believe it should come by my next paycheck, so some point next week. So I will definitely show you guys what I ordered in my next video, but it's not, well, not next video, but next week's cash stuffing, I will show you guys. Really, it won't be next week's cash stuffing. You'll see it in like 2 weeks from now, most likely, because I pre-record my videos. So sorry, getting sidetracked again. Anyway, T-Mobile, $5. I found the absolute cutest, like, nostalgic savings challenges for myself, and I'm gonna stop talking about it because I think I just got so used to the Amazon Prime shipping time. Just having to wait like a week for something to come in the mail is so hard for me. And seeing that on Etsy, like when you order something, it tells you when it should come in the mail. And it would only be like a week or 2 out, but in my head, I'm like, oh, that's such a long time. Even though really it's not. I just need to learn patience. Amazon Prime has messed me up. So, I feel like I never finished what I was saying earlier. I think I was starting to say that I told myself I would need to keep up with this for a month and then start buying stuff. But here we are. I think I am going to put myself on a buying ban though, because I wasn't supposed to do that. I got way too excited and I just couldn't help myself, and that's not good. We need discipline around here. I'm going to skip all the Freebie Friday sections. As I said, be sure to keep an eye out for that, because that video will come soon. Anyway, so this is my Save the Date challenge. We're now on July 9th. If you don't know, I'm trying to save the number or date that every Thursday will take place in July, because my paydays are on Thursdays. So we'll be doing $9 this time around. So sorry if my table is shaking way too much and causing a distraction. Yeah, ultimately what happened was, like I said, my dad gave me money, so I'm stuffing $70 of what he gave me. But before I set aside the $70 to stuff, I obviously had a little Amazon spree. I had to re-up on our hair products around here. Hair products are just so expensive, so I ordered some on Amazon that we use. And then I have a tomato plant because I'm trying to get a balcony garden going, but my tomato plant is hanging on by a thread, guys. I should have got a cage for it when it was way smaller, and I didn't. And now my plant is like 3 feet tall and it's boneless. I have a boneless plant and it's just bent over on the balcony looking crazy. So let me count the money real quick before I get carried away, and then I'm gonna continue my story about my tomato plant. But ultimately, those 2 purchases are what led to me getting on Amazon, and then I just got carried away. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. $11, and I'm gonna reallocate this somewhere. Haven't decided where, but once I finish this challenge, it'll go wherever I feel it is needed. But yeah, if I can insert a little video or a picture of what my tomato plant looks like right now, I will show you guys, because it just looks insane. And I know I could have went to like my local Home Depot or Rural King and bought a tomato cage. I just didn't feel like it. It's been pretty rainy here all week, and I was already on Amazon. So I was like, shoot, might as well get this cage while I'm getting these hair products. And while I'm getting this cage and these hair products, I might as well get the cash tray since I have extra money. Did I really have extra money though? Okay, before I get carried away again, this is a new thing I'm gonna start. So I spoke about this in the cash planning, but as usual, if you don't watch the cash plannings, I will still explain the same thing again. So if you're someone who watches both my cash plannings and cash stuffings, sorry if I sound like a broken record, but I know not everyone watches both, and I'm still a relatively new channel, so some people are probably finding me for the first time ever right now. So hi, thank you for clicking on my video. Thank you for clicking on my video, and you will not believe what just popped up on my phone. As usual, 20%, 20% left, so I'm not too worried though, because I'm actually almost done recording this, so that's really not a problem. But anyway, this is something that I'm gonna start doing, or trying to do. I feel like I might have a little too many savings challenges going on at once, but I am gonna try my best to keep up with everything. But this is the Women in Faith collab that was started by Hands of Provision, also known as Mary, or I guess her name is Mary, also known as Hands of Provision, and then Michelle Plans. I believe I'm saying her username correctly, but they're doing a collab. It's 12 women total. They will be sharing their testimonies, and then each of them made a savings challenge, and it'll go on for about 12 weeks. Each woman gets their week to post their video, their testimony, and we can follow along and do our savings. So absolutely love that idea. I found out about it when I was watching one of Budget with Elma's videos, and I just had to hop on it. I could not sit this out. It was just right up my alley. Faith and budgeting, right up my alley. So I rolled a dice for this, and I'm going to be stuffing $3 into this section. I will just go section by section, so I'm not going to do all 12 of their challenges at once. I'm just going to start with Mary's, because she's the first one who will be sharing her testimony. I'll keep up with their videos each week and keep up with her challenges hopefully each week as well. I don't know if that's possible for me. I mean, the challenges are pretty low income friendly. It's just $10 per challenge. I went ahead and downloaded them all, but I haven't printed them all out yet. I also don't think I have enough of these envelopes to house all the challenges at once, so we'll just go through one at a time and do what needs to be done. So $3 going here. And then once again, this will just be reallocated wherever I see fit. I think I might do that thing that people do where you just hold on to all your challenges until the end of the month and then reallocate them in one big video. I absolutely love watching those videos and seeing how much people are able to save in just 1 month. Okay, so I think that's all for this binder. What remains here is going to go into my A5 binder. Well, not all of it. I'm gonna stuff the challenge in my A5 binder, and then the rest will be my freebie Friday. So misspoke a bit there, but for my $500 saving challenge, I have way too much going on on my table right now. So before I catch my apartment on fire, I'm gonna move this out the way. All right, there we go, much more space. So I decided to just do $8. 1, 2, and 3. $8. Okay, I wish I used a pen, or not a pen, I wish I used a marker to color that in. I kind of don't like how the pen looks too much, but that's not really something that matters, so I won't dwell on it too much. But I think I'm getting a little carried away with challenges. It just makes saving so fun, but I am not a very high income earner, so I think I have to kind of reel myself back in sometimes, because I feel like I'm already kind of doing a lot, but I have so much more that I want to do, and so many other challenges I want to implement, sinking fund categories I want to try out, but I don't want to get too far ahead of myself and not be able to keep up with everything. So I'm just really trying to pace myself here. That was why I was trying to hold off on purchasing cash trays and cute calculators and all these savings challenges. And I'm just feeling a bit guilty, a bit buyer's remorse, buyer's guilt, however you want to word it. But I feel like that's also not good, because you don't want to have a bad relationship with money. Like, of course you want discipline, you want to save, but I feel like I shouldn't feel guilty for purchasing things that make me happy. So I feel like I'm kind of struggling with that at the moment, and just trying to find a good balance of handling business, making sure savings and bills are handled, and then, you know, you can also treat yourself. Like, every now and then, of course, you don't want to go buying little stuff every day because that'll add up and bite you in the butt. But yeah, I don't know. Does anyone else struggle with that? Like, I want to save, but I also want to buy little things that make me happy, and I don't want to feel guilty, but sometimes I do feel guilty. Anyway, 5, 20, wait, what? Regroup. 50, 70, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm so silly. I just had to type that in the calculator just to make sure, because sometimes the math don't fully be mathing in my head. And sometimes these bills get stuck together when they're crispy. So I just had to double check and use my calculator to see what 112 plus 8 was. That is actually so funny to me. Today is the 26th that I'm filming this on, plus 8, now at 120. But yeah, I say I'm getting a little ahead of myself because I'm working on my A5 challenge binder. And these are some pretty big challenges I'm doing in here. So I have my $500 saving challenge that you just saw me stuff. And then I have all my minis. I'm trying to do my 100 minis, and I'm like nowhere near finished with that. Yet I continue to add more things for myself to keep up with week after week, it feels like. So I'm glad that I found a way to make budgeting fun for myself, because really it used to stress me out. I actually used to despise budgeting, and I used to avoid checking my bank account and stuff like that. So it's great to have the opposite feeling and to be on top of finances. But yeah, I don't want to get too carried away. I think I might end up having to use my smaller challenges to fund my bigger challenges. Maybe that might be my best case scenario. But as usual, I say my video might be short, and then here I am recording for 19 minutes. Of course, if you're still here and watching me, I am just so grateful for your support. Feel free to comment down below. What current challenges are you working on? Are you saving towards a super big goal? Are you doing something like the 100 envelope challenge like I am? Are you just doing some small freebies each week? I would love to hear what you guys are saving up for and what your goals are maybe for the year. But yeah, like I said, thank you so much for watching. I plan on posting videos at least every Tuesday, but if I have extra funds and extra time, I will definitely post more frequently than that. Thank you guys so much for your support so far, and I'm just having so much fun with YouTube, so I hope that you'll join me on the journey. Enjoy your day.